Linköping's cathedral is the best preserved medieval cathedral in Sweden. Most other Swedish cathedrals underwent comprehensive renovations during the 19th century, which has partly changed them. Here it is just the church tower that is not medieval. This was built on two separate occasions. The first was in the 18th century and later in the 1880s, which is the church tower that you can see today. The nave is similar in style to those from the end of the Middle Ages. The cathedral was the bishop's church and the centre of the large medieval diocese of Linköping, which included Gotland, Öland, parts of Småland, and the whole of Östergötland. The bishop was a powerful man with a large household and his own personal guard. The cathedral's interior clearly shows how building styles changed over the 300 years it took before the nave and chancel were completed. There is a change from the round arched Romanesque style to the pointed arched Gothic style. The north wall clearly shows examples of both styles. Inside the church you can see many examples of stone sculptures. Some you will have to search for, others are more obvious. In the blind arcades you can see different people sculpted in stone. There are various theories of what they are meant to be representing. One idea is that they show the 7 deadly sins: arrogance, envy, greed, anger, laziness, gluttony, and fornication. See what you make of it yourself when you visit the cathedral. The priests read the Mass in Latin, and the congregation probably only partially understood what was being said, yet were able to think and reflect on the sculptures and images that they saw. The walls of the original cathedral from the early 12th century remain under the stone floor of the cathedral. It was very similar to Vreta Monastery Church, which lies outside Linköping. Older researchers have considered the possibility that the Vreta Monastery Church may have been the first cathedral of the diocese. The physical similarities between the two churches in the 12th century were considerable. A fragment of an early Christian grave slab with customary Latin letters, it used to be in runic characters, was found under the northern cross arm. It could have been laid on the grave of one of the first bishops to have been buried before the stone church was built. Early Christian mausoleums often look like a bed, with high gables and carved decorations on stone slabs. The building of today's cathedral began in the 13th century and was completed in the 16th century. The church was constructed in successive periods according to economical allowances like the income from taxes. Patience and perseverance is what was required. If you continue on from St. Persgatan, you will see a strange little edifice in the lawn on the left-hand side. This is the emergency exit of the cathedral's new storeroom. When it was being built, archaeologists had a busy time. The whole area under construction was riddled with graves from the old churchyard, which had to be excavated and documented. Long rows of graves from the 12th until the 18th century were found. Altogether there were as many as 570 graves excavated. In the large volume of shifted soil, 2 beautiful medieval belts were discovered. The question remaining is whether the buckle originates from an even older grave, even possibly from the Viking era. Now you will make your way to Linköping Castle.